wastewater treatment intended for? Is it fundamental to achieve SDG 6 and SDG 11? Well, before I answer, I would like to highlight some data. Today, 3.6 billion people on Earth do not have access to safe water and lack safely managed sanitation. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 6 seeks to ensure safe drinking water and sanitation for all, focusing on the sustainable management of water resources, wastewater and ecosystems, and acknowledging the importance of an enabling environment. The United Nations Development Goal number 11 aims at making cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Some countries started long ago to achieve these goals, while some others are still at their starting point. But when these issues became evident as a real need in order to ensure public health, the outbreak of waterborne diseases in large cities saw a turn point in 1854, when Dr. John Snow demonstrated that contaminated water of the hand pump located in Broad Street in London was the source of the cholera epidemics. Then, the need to provide safe, drinkable water was the first cornerstone of the water service as we know it today. Following this new awareness, actions against biological water contamination were soon put in practice. First of all, disinfection of water sources, the rapid decline of mortality rates in the USA for typhoid fever followed the adoption of water chlorination. The provision of safe water in private houses through aqueducts has led to a large increase of the flow rates of wastewater discharges. This, in turn, highlighted that all this wastewater could not simply be discharged to the nearest spot. The solution was the one that the ancient Egyptians, Cretans, and Romans already applied: drainage channels, used also as sewers. But now, do you think sewerage is enough to ensure a healthy and safe environment? Of course not. When wastewater is discharged untreated into streams, rivers, lakes, and the sea, the self-depuration capacity of these water bodies is no longer enough to keep an acceptable water quality. After sewers have been built, pollution of natural water bodies became a severe problem, endangering the aquatic ecosystem and impairing the usage of water. Public authorities became aware that wastewater needs to be treated to discharge a much lower pollution load. As an example, let's take a closer look at the Nozedo wastewater treatment plant in Nozedo, Milan. It treats 1.25 million population equivalent, people plus industrial discharges. After proper treatment, water is sent to a humid area or wetland for landscaping and recreational purposes. It also feeds a stream that provides water to agricultural fields for irrigation of crops. As a result, today, a well-organized water service looks like this. Water is treated to become safe for drinking. Then it is conveyed to the users in pipelines. After use, the wastewater is collected in sewers, ending in treatment plants. After proper treatment, it is discharged to a receiving water body. The byproducts of treatment processes, screenings, sandy sediments, oily matter, and above all, sludge, must be handled, treated, and disposed of in proper ways without causing harm to human health and the environment. Do you think we are now done? Unfortunately not. Up to November 2021, in the European Union, on average, 76% of the total wastewater discharged from domestic, commercial, and industrial sources complies with the quality standard for effluent as stated in the Urban Wastewater Treatment Directive. Although in other EU member states this percentage is close to 100%, this percentage is as low as 56% for Italy. This led the EU to issue infringement procedures against Italy in January 2022. But why is Italy performing poorly in complying with EU legislation? There are many causes, but I think that the main one is the high fragmentation of the water service. Some companies run the service in large communities and can afford not only to invest in improving their infrastructures, but are also looking at advanced solutions. Economy of scale is one of the key reasons. What should be done? First, reducing water losses in pipelines that are as much as 42% of the water supplied. Second, replace or reline leaking sewers and reduce parasite water intrusion. Third, invest to refurbish and improve inefficient treatment units. What is the vision for the future? What is the new mission of wastewater treatment plants? First, face new challenges, such as provide better quality effluent, tackle new emerging contaminants, and at the same time reduce energy consumption and gain in operational efficiency. Second, act as sentinels against epidemics, enabling the so-called wastewater-based epidemiology, or WBE. WBE can evaluate an epidemiological phenomenon on a large number of people by collecting samples and detecting viral RNA. Third, wastewater treatment plants will evolve to biorefineries to recover energy, reclaim water for irrigation and industrial uses, and recover cellulosic material, nutrients, bioplastics, inerts, char. Someone says it is too ambitious, but some others are already doing it. Let's start our possible.